Okay, folks, let's talk about something important, really important. Next week's winning lottery numbers. Ready? Got your pen? 6:27 a.m. Thursday, August 24th, 2017. Kind of make sure everything's going good. Yeah, it is. I just did finish the video a minute ago. Crap. Be right there. Had to do real quick. Down at M66, believe it or not. The picture of the Black Panther on there. In our daily lives, when we're locked into these physical bodies, we have so much stimuli. There's so much stuff that's demanded of us to keep going, to maintain that conscious thought process. And when you try to hold that all the time, what happens? Your metaphysical abilities get held down to nothing. It's another reason why this creation, this third dimension, was built like this. Keeps you from becoming yourself, understanding more, and becoming more of yourself metaphysically, the real you. Because you're not physical. You're in the physical body. But then having a picture of you, when you find a spirit guide, if you want to find animal spirit guides, all kinds of ways to do that. Relax meditation, and just reach out and find them. You can go to earthmagic.net. Stephen D. Farmer over there. He has something out there about connecting with the animal spirit guides. You can just relax, feel what kind of animal you like. You like that animal for a reason. You have a bond with it. That animal energy. Go to it. Find a picture of it. And then it's like right here, I just put it on there. He had something to say to me, but I'm thinking about doing a video and everything else, and all of a sudden I see the picture. It's like, and he goes, hey, quick, go home, go love. And it's more of looking at me and just throwing thought back and forth, but the picture is just like someone ringing a doorbell to tell you that they're there. And I'm doing a lot. So I need, to have something from time to time to help keep things going, to help the communication go open. It's not like I can't hear, see, talk to them. I do it all the time, but everything I'm doing, my mind is somewhat closed off. The field is part of me. Okay, there's stuff going on everywhere. I was just going to cuss. I try not to, but it just comes out sometimes. There's stuff going on that just needs to be handled. I can't deal with everything through a conscious mind that's happening out there. It's disgusting. It's all wrong. It's going to get fixed, but I can't fix it. All I can do is everything I'm doing in the body. When I get out, it's different. Grapefruit juice. Nectar of the gods. Yeah, I like it. A true boiler. They say a boiler maker is what? A beer and a shot of something, whiskey or something. You want a real boiler maker? Have some coffee, a cup of some really strong coffee, and then have some grapefruit juice. Your stomach gets a little turned up over it. Also good stuff. Anyway. What I want to talk about is the different fields of spirit, sentient energy. This is going to be short. It's going to be to the point. I've talked about source. Everybody's heard about source this, source that, but there's no definition of it. What is it? It is, and it is, wow, and it's that more. What is it? What is essence? Well, the essence of lavender flowers is the ointment that has lavender in it. I mean, the smell of lavender, it's got the oil from the planet. It's the essence of it. The aroma. It's okay. What's a soul? What's spirit? What is any of this stuff? Wow. People say, well, just is. I know, I understand. I don't have to worry about it. Well, no, you don't have to worry about that. But those of you that really want to wake up, you need to understand what it is. What is source? What is a cold source? Oh, it comes from the very beginning. It is the source for all of us where we came from. It's explained pretty well in book 1 of the creation series. Creation, its beginning and your origin. It's on Amazon.com. You can go to thespiritualfoundation.com and just go right there, click on it. Amazon.com, you have to put in Essex creation or something like that. Sometimes it pops straight up. There's a new format that's coming, that's changing everything. It's going to be so much easier for you to understand, see, and feel things. But it really helps for you to understand what it is you're looking at. We need names for things. When we can see something, it helps us clarify what it is and a basic understanding of it. You don't have that now. You have everyone on the internet talk about the 4th dimension and the 5th dimension and even all the way up to the 8th dimension, and I deal in the 12th dimension with the angels. Sorry, we're in the 3rd. Right above you is the 2nd, and right above that is the 1st. And guess what? Nobody can get there. Okay? No one's going to get there. One thing can get there. There's energy over there surrounding it. And it's the strongest energy there is. So you cannot get in and out. It doesn't go up higher than that. It goes lower the frequencies. If you knew how dimensions were made, and then the barriers, the veil is not thinning. People are being awakened enough. It's just being made to happen. They're awakening to where they can see through it better. That's all. So sometimes they say there's a portal. You have spirit over there that's helping you see through it. They help you see. That's what a portal is. Spirit that's over there trying to help. There's people talk about the gateways over here and there, like Sedona. That spirit over there, keeping things flowing, helping you see in and out. There's areas just like that where a lot of the Fae beings move from one planet to another as spirit, go in, come out, to go to different dimensions. All that's coming up soon. But for right now, let's talk about the different fields of spirit. What are they? Source is the source of where all of us came from. Okay? That's the original first being. That's source. That was the start of source. Then it came out, it had some issues. It came out of the first dimension, made the second dimension and third. I've explained it before, and we're not going there right now, but just making dimensions, splitting frequencies is what they do. I've done a video about it a long time ago. I don't know if it was this channel or the one before it. But anyway, and then making barriers. I'm being prompted to go into that a little more, but I'm not right now. Tired, don't feel good. I need to get this done. The sicker I get, the more I fall away in my thought process going here and there. My energy, yeah, through the roof. Should ask the last people that got these DNA SEUCs. It's soft, it's gentle, but it's strong. When they feel their aura to start, and then the more work we do, it goes over there, and then all of a sudden it gets to a certain point. It's like, crap, I can't feel the barrier. It's gone. I said, okay, relax. Hold your hands out. Okay, hold them straight up. Just relax. Open your palms straight up. Don't hold them towards your head anymore. Just hold them straight up. Relax. What do you feel? And they go, crap. I said, yeah, the barrier's 10 feet or more over your head. But the energy that's not in the barrier, what's in your hands, is stronger. That's how, when I do this, for your own self, for your own knowing, for your own comfort, understanding, you know something's happening to you. And some people would say, oh, well, that's just you doing it with your energy. Well, if I can do that with my energy, doesn't that even move us towards a thought process that this is real anyway? Some people don't want to accept this because they're not the ones doing it and they can't do it. And no one's better than me. Well, that's true. None of us are any better than each other. To think so, it's just stupid to me, okay? Has no value to creation. It's what I care about. The closer I come to getting out of this body, the more me I am. I still can't see everything I want to and everything else when I want, as I want. It's not like being able to look at everything at one time. The human brain can't do that. No physical brain is capable of that. When we talk about ascension, and when I talk about ascension, I try to explain. People want to ascend and lighten up their frequencies. Folks, that happens when you get out of the body. It's like I've said, you take a tuning fork, you hit something metal with it, and you listen to it. It has that beautiful high pitch. Okay? Now, do it again when you hear the high pitch and immediately stick it in some oil, motor oil. What happens? That's what happens when your spirit goes in the body, folks. This is all simple, okay? It's all simple. It's just allowing yourself to think with an open mind, to feel with an open heart, to quit trying to make something happen and just trust your gut feeling about something. And so many people, I don't know how to do this, I'm afraid I'm going to make a mistake. Well, it's a learning point. What artist doesn't improve his stroke? What mathematician doesn't grow in understanding of math? You think none of them ever needed to use an eraser or paint over their work? It's called progress, folks. When you make the same mistake 3 times, then it's time to do some mirror time. Look in the mirror and say, okay, what's the matter you, huh? What's the matter you? And then just see what's going on. And when you keep doing that, 9 times out of 10 it's being done to you. But the thing is, the mean stuff that was out there screwing with everyone, almost all of it's dead, man. It's almost all dead now. So, anyway, things are going to get better for everyone, but especially those of us that are in the right here in the front of bringing this new change. We're the ones that get hammered. Those of you, that are going through this, I'm talking about you. There's a few hundred of us already that are awake, really strong. There's over 20 that are really powerful. Or just 20, whatever. Right around there. Somebody would say, well, Jay, you ought to have an exact number. Well, it depends on what you call in really powerful. Where's the power level where you start and go? Sometimes people, usually solar plexus ones that are wanting to have stuff about themselves, will say, well, Jay says this percentage and that percentage off a little bit. No, the only thing they can deal with is how many sticks they're holding in their hand and they take out of the hand. They don't understand. I offer information so you can do what you want with it. It's not up to me to make you take it. That's crazy. There's a reason why I'm here. And it's not to make anything about myself whatsoever. Kind of funny. Anyway, so the energy fields, excuse me, spirit field, sentient energy. When you have there's something going on right now. Something was all over Deanna. Anyway, back to the spirit thing. Source is the original first being that released parts of itself to make us. It has a full amount of energy, the fullness of what its frequencies are. That's source. Now, it took source from it. It took a third of its own energy. The male and female separate. They came together, not as one, but like two hands holding each other. That's kind of like as one, but not becoming one. They took a third of their energy and released it, and then that, out of that they took a huge, like 4/5 of it, and made two new huge orbs of source spirit. But they cleaned it. That's the only source that's left anymore. The original one is dead, okay? It's been destroyed. Had to. It went nuts and now it's gone. So anyway, that, I'm just reliving things real quick. So what we have left is clean source. Well, arrogance needs no negativity. It doesn't need lower frequencies to become what it is. You can make things be like that by the life you give it, or the many, 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 many lives you've given it. Different energy, different spirit fields are a little different here and there about different things. Anyway, so that's what source is. The source that's left is from the original first being, because we all come from it. But it's this strong source I'm talking about does not have the negativity in it. Okay? So almost all the negativity was taken away from it. So that way, the original first being male and female did it so that they figured that it'd be weaker, doesn't have the stronger lower frequencies, and they could control it. That only lasts so long, and when stuff has lives, it gets stronger and stronger. Anyway, so that's what source is, and it contains all the frequencies. Now, essence. Essence is one of the basic sets of those frequencies. The original fields of essence that were released are animal, Fae, human, plant, and universal. Universal is stars are the male. The star energy, the stars, they actually have male universal essence inside them. And planets, they have female universal essence or planetary essence inside them. Now, souls. What's a soul? If you take, essence is much stronger than a soul when it's made, but then there's so much soul that's gone out and had so many lives by now, they're strong. Don't you ever think that you're anything less than anything else because you're soul and you're not source or essence. This isn't always the case, but essence had very little issue being made to feel so arrogant. especially human essence. That doesn't mean if someone's human essence is arrogant or bad, not whatsoever. As a matter of fact, most of the stuff hanging around now, pretty good. Pretty good. A lot of that trash was taken out already. In the source wars. Book 2, Creation, Its Journey Evolving into Paradise. At thespiritualfoundation.com and amazon.com, etc. Anyway, so the thing is, as the original first being split itself into 2 different parts to have company with different frequencies. Okay, it's the basic things are the same, but they change some of the frequencies, more this and this, more that and that. Why? So there'd be 2 different parts of itself, and it'd finally have company. It had to have company, not talk to itself. It was already doing that. And I say itself because it was neither male nor female back then. So by splitting it up like that, that's male and female. Now it had companionship. Loneliness is rough. And it was the first original being. So anyway, the fullness of the human or Fae type energies that come out, there's no, after releasing a third of their energy to do all this other stuff, they depleted the original first being male and female after they released all this all this spirit and its energy of themselves. That made them weaker. All right, so they released all this stuff. They were smaller in size. They lost a third of themselves, and then they released the angels too. Okay, they made the original first angels and stuff, and it was to help control everything they were going to build, and they made them to be very high vibration. Their frequencies are very high vibration, which in a way of they had gotten much stronger over time, but at first when it got things going, it made them easier to make them stay as what they were made to be. They're servants, just servants. So anyway, they didn't have much left after that, and then they had to start releasing souls. The souls were released in 5 waves. Almost everything out there is sold. So many, percentage-wise, there's almost no source. There's very little essence, and tons of souls. The majority of what we are. Soul energy is awesome. It is what it is. It doesn't matter where you came from so much as what is who you are inside. Like your heart. That's awesome stuff. We have different lives in different bodies, where the bodies are made to utilize one of the other fields more than the other. Excuse me, energetically speaking, will be more this or more that. That's normal. But then we're given bodies where it helps or hinders what we are. One of my lives was Pythagoras. I was solar plexus. This is not the case usual or whatever at all. It almost never happens, but because of what I am and the size of it, this is the main part of me. But my spirit, there's 2 other pieces, like arms that stick out, like like amoeba arms or something, and they go in different bodies to have a life. There's been times I've been in 3 bodies at one time. Only a little, like one was being born, the other one was dying, and then I was in this one. It can't overlap too long. It's too much for any kind of spirit. And that doesn't happen with you, so don't worry about it. It's one of the problems that comes with being too big. I mean, and nothing that has love in its heart energy, taking care of things. Instead, it was something aggressive and abusive and never had a life, didn't intend on it, just want to abuse other stuff in the body to make more of them. Praise machines. If you think about it, it's really simple. Why should you praise anything? It's nice to say thanks. I tell a lot of people thanks. But praise, no. If something is worth your praise, it not only wouldn't want you to praise it, it would say, what are you doing? But it wouldn't allow it. It'd say, stop. What are you doing? That's crazy. Would your parents, your parents, almost most all your parents love you. Did they ask you to do that? Bow before you get in the house? Bow when you get inside the house? Bow, and beg before you get food? Praise them? No. If they want you to do that, they don't love you. All they care about is themselves. Ta-da! Simple truths come from very simple thought processes. So anyway, when the souls were released, they couldn't be that big. There wasn't that much left. And besides, by having lives, they were going to grow huge anyway. And like I've said many times before, you all are not kids anymore. Who you really are inside, you're ancient. You've been around a long time. So you can have when a body is at a stage where it's only a year and a half old, you think, what a baby. No, what an old soul. So the souls were a smaller part of the energy. It started off as a weaker part of the energy and it grew into what it is. People look at a seed and they say, careful you don't step on it, Yeah, that's a tough seed. What happens when that grows into an oak tree after 100 years? And it's big, it's wider than a car. You hit it with a massive truck and it destroys the truck. I use analogies because they're simple like me. And it helps us to understand stuff. I don't think anyone's stupid. I pick on myself sometimes. The only one who's stupid is someone who's been shown the truth and they still continue to go the wrong way just because, they want something to happen. It's not going to. They want something to be a certain way where it's not and it won't change. Kind of a normal process for us. We all go through hell. A lot of you out there are being bothered. This new format changing. There's a lot of stuff over there still doesn't want it to happen. So they do what they can to interfere with people's lives. And a lot of you get hit hard. As far as that goes, no one gets hit hard as Deanna and I. I get it the worst, but Deanna's right here with me. That stuff hitting me hits her too. I take out something bugging me. It was already bugging her also at the same time. That's enough to drive a regular person insane. We're not regular people. We're just different, that's all. Anyway, so it was the softer frequencies, smaller pieces of usually softer frequencies of essence is what makes soul. And so Source has all the different fields of spirit in it from the original first being when it was still alive. That's where we came from. That's our origin. Again, creation is beginning in your origin, book 1 of the creation series. Then we have the fields of essence, which are the major fields of spirit within Source. It's not all of it. There's a lot more to it than that. Yeah, like I wasn't going to say that. Thank you. There's more to Source than just that. There's a lot of Source energy that's never come into a body and it won't. It's the strongest, most creative part of it. And then, soul spirit is only a human, Fae, and Faeman. Faeman is a decently strong mixture of both human and Fae spirit and a spirit energy. The two of them are so close, it's hard to differentiate. I mean, it's hard to, when you pull them apart, it's harder to pull them apart into two exact separate things. You can't. It's just like when you have spirit. When you release spirit, it goes in. It's like a wave, but it's almost like water. It gets to a point, it goes outward, and then it thins out, and then it's like pouring water over the hood of a car after it's been waxed. All of a sudden, as the sheet of water thins out, and it's not a sheet of water, it gets into little globules or little like orb-like things of water. That's what happens with the spirit. It gets in these little things, it vibrates, and it comes into two different parts. It's not 100% male, 100% female. There's mixtures. Sometimes it's 45-55. Sometimes it's 97-3. Whatever. It is what it is. Differentiation. It's part of the strength of creation. None of that's wrong. It just is. The only thing that's wrong about that is when something comes out and it's very strong negative lower frequencies, making it more negative. See that? It should be controlled. Everything's going to change. But anyway, that's the difference between, that's what source is, that's what essence is, that's what soul is. And almost all the animals, pretty much every single animal being born is literally got a human, Fae, or Faeman, soul or essence in it. So, because animal essence is not having lives anymore. There's never been any animal souls. They had to be real strong. All the fields of all of the entirety of animal essence had to be in there because they've been abused so bad. They were created to be abused. Imagine that. Not anymore. Folks, love you, man. Take care and hope you have a good